Hello everybody and welcome to episode 7 of Shenaniganry and Aevecia. I hope you managed to get through the last one okay. If you didn't, that's fine. I understand if you didn't end up watching it all. I understand if you do the same with this episode. But I feel like this episode will be... I reckon you should watch this episode. If you didn't watch the last one, I understand. This one, I'd recommend staying through if you can, because things will be coming back in the future. So I would recommend. If you can't, that's fine. Things will start getting better next episode. Literally next episode, things will actually start happening again. But this one does set up future potential points. So yes, if you can get through this episode, well done. If you can't, that's okay. Come back next week or the week after that. Come back for the next episode, episode 8. Things will really kick off again. A lot happened in that session. So yes, if you can stick it out, great. If not, that's fine. Just come back for episode 8, and I'm sure it'll be fantastic. I believe it's episode 8 anyway. I think so. I can't remember now. If not, I'll let you know at the start of the next episode. So yes, come back for the next episode, at least listen to the intro part like this one, and I will let you know then whether or not it's the episode that you should listen to, or if you can skip that one too. I'm pretty sure it's the next episode though, I'm fairly certain, but I could be wrong, so just stick around, see what happens. Anyway, so last episode, they woke up in the mines, they had breakfast for half an hour, and then they went exploring down in the cages, found a bunch of things. Peyton especially found a old rusty sword, a statue of Pentame, a teleportation circle, and a bunch of other things, and then they started to head out. Eli reunited with the riffraff street rats, the young rat children that they met when they first entered. They said goodbye to them, and they are now heading up the elevator back to Sharnwick. Yeah, back up the elevator up to the top, heading back into Sharnwick, and yeah, that's where we're picking up. The elevator continues up, passing the tunnels of the mines. The familiar blood scattered floor of the room where you witness the deaths of some miners, bodies of the gnolls still laying still, and finally reaching the top floor, where you all made your way into the mines at different times, but, still all took the same entrance. And, yeah, so you're at the top floor, which was that entrance area. You can't see any signs of the miners and stuff that were either killed or still standing from the battle previously. They seem to have all left somewhere, and the mines just are kind of left abandoned right now. There isn't anyone to see, which is kind of odd, considering, last time you tried to get in, there were people stationed there to keep you out, but yeah, right now there's just no one around.
Yeah, and they fucking died.
Well, not all of them, but yeah.
That position is now cursed.
Yeah, everyone who decides to stand guard of the mines is destined to die.
At the hands of us.
Yes, by you guys. Cool, so, what do you guys want to do? Because Peyton, your car is still there, where you left it.
Oh, that's actually surprising.
Yeah, it wasn't stolen.
I was just running at full pelt.
Yeah, you chased
car.
You
Probably
chased
a van,
the
actually.
thing all the way.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you've got kind of that family vehicle, whether it's. I mean, did we establish exactly what kind of vehicle it was, or just that it has many seats?
I think we just established that it was a big car.
Cool.
Car of holding.
Car.
I've got an an extension charm commission to put on it, so it's now got 20 seats on the inside.
It just adjusts to as many people as it needs to fit at a time.
Yeah. On the outside, it looks like just, a regular small...
It's one of the clown cars.
You bought it
on the circus because cars
Exactly.
for this exact purpose.
They were like, this car is too normal on the outside for us. Does anybody want it? I'm like, hell yeah, I've got a ton of kids. I'll take it.
Found it at an auction where a bunch of clowns were selling off random junk from their performances.
It's like, hey, this car's been kind of stripped down, so it's really plain now, and we can't really be bothered to put anything else on it, so... Do you want to take it and fix it up? And I was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So your car is still there, and it can definitely sit the three of you.
Yeah, it can.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Establishing the law.
Yeah.
the very important car law.
Car law.
Yeah, but
This episode is brought to you by car law.
This is, just to be clear, it's not car lore as in the lore of the movie Cars, it's car lore as in the lore of how Peyton got their weird magical car.
Anyway, so, back to the game. What do you guys want to do now that you have a vehicle?
Yeah, I guess hop into the car with Peyton so we can start making our way to town.
Making my way downtown.
Can I ride on the top of the car?
No, that is not allowed.
Can you strap me with buns?
No. Peyton has like on one of the doors is like
Wait,
no riding on the top of the car. It's like it's a rule.
Those cars with like the motion sensors, but like they call it that. It's just a bunch of like those chicken things that are just attached to the front of the car. Can you attach me like that to the bonnet of your car?
No.
To the bonnet? No.
To the bonnet.
Jesus, you'd lose your fucking legs, man.
Okay, I'll ride on top of the car and I'll like hold on to the top of it looking all weird and spy.
You know that Simpsons meme where it's like he's pointing to the sign in the bus? Don't make me tap the sign. The sign, and Peyton's got a sign in their car, and it's just no riding on the roof or on the outside of the car.
Don't make me tap the sign.
Keep limbs inside the vehicle.
At all
Oh, I
times.
found
This
the
is a
thing.
magical vehicle. If you stick your limbs on the outside of the car from the inside, you are going to lose them.
You will not have that limb much longer.
Mom.
That is a threat.
No.
Cool. So what's the situation here? Is Barbie
Right.
riding the car or riding in the car?
Barbie is riding in the car, thank you very much.
Aww.
Okay.
Peyton will not leave until Barbie is in the car.
Barbie begrudgingly gets off the top of the car and sits in the back seat like a pouty child, looking out the window, acting like they're in an emo music video the entire time.
Oh my god.
Like
Also,
all
here,
around me are familiar
I wanted to check.
faces in the back seat.
The rest of the kids that were with me for the baseball thing,
Yeah.
are probably at like a hotel or something, right?
Yeah, they'll be in like a little motel kind of place somewhere that you've hired out a few rooms to keep the kids while you were staying in town.
I would like to drop in and see them because they have been without me for a whole night, and that is like 7.
That's like 7.
It's like 7 12-year-olds in a motel room by themselves.
Yeah, okay. So is that where you're gonna head first, or?
Probably, because
Okay.
I know for a fact that Oleander is A, asleep and in the care of the nurses and doctors. B, Heather is with Oleander, so she is also in the care of nurses and doctors. And the rest of the kids are at a motel with no adult supervision,
Oh,
because I
no.
didn't think to establish any.
Okay, yeah, even Barbie agrees we should go make sure the kids are alive.
Okay, cool. So you guys all hop in the vehicle and start heading back down the long drive from the mines. This time, I assume you're not like booking it like you were last time, because
No,
there's
we are
no
following
immediate
road
danger.
laws.
Okay, cool. So, as you eventually reach the borders of Sharnwick and start heading back into the town, it seems a lot less busy than it was previously when you were in the town. There are a lot less people out and about. It seems like whatever happened at the baseball field hasn't just scared the people that were there, but also the people just living in the town who have heard about it from their friends and family are just kind of like
they're less comfortable letting their families wander around the streets right now based on what happened. I mean, there are still definitely families and just random people walking around going about their days like usual. But you do notice that some people that you see are kind of looking over their shoulder and being a little more scared than they normally would be, and the general amount of people that are out seems to be noticeably smaller. But you continue your way through, coming back up.
Question.
Yeah.
And this is the $1 million question. Is the fear because of Peyton's baseball team, or is it because of the Visco girl?
From what you can tell, you don't know exactly. You just notice that people are scared. Not all of them, but you pick out people are seemingly scared, and there is a lot less people out currently.
Can Barbie roll a general intimidation in the general vicinity?
What do you intimidate?
All of the people.
I mean,
Jesus. You're inside magical space at the moment, as we've established.
yeah, how's the tinting on your magical vehicle, Peyton?
It's pretty good.
Okay, I'll let you roll, but with disadvantage to intimidate.
I need to get up the dice app because I don't have my dice with me because I'm in a car.
Oh my god, I'm just, I'm having this image of, like, Peyton's driving along, and Bobby's, like, pressed up against the window, glaring at anybody who walks past.
Yeah, I have, like, the sunglasses on that I'm slowly pushing down and death staring every child I pass.
Is it just the children?
Just the children? Hold on, this needs to be established. Are you intimidating just the children or the general populace?
The general population. Also,
Okay.
I got a 16 and a 17, so I got a 16. What am I rolling for? Intimidation?
Intimidation.
Yes, that means I got a 23.
23?
I have a +7 intimidation, dude.
Okay, as you're driving, you notice that the amount of people that you were seeing before just vanishes as you travel past. Suddenly, the streets that you're driving on are empty. Occasionally, you'll spot one person walking out on the street, and then they get within just a very, a decent range of the vehicle, and as soon as they do, you just see them run the other direction.
The really funny thing is, I'm, like, pretty sure Peyton's car is not painted a dark color. It's probably painted, like, white or red or blue or something.
It's just the general family car color.
Yeah. So it's, like, instead of, like, the, like, suitable explanation of, oh, it's an ominous black car. Right?
No, it's like a bright pink
It's
car.
just like a bright blue car.
But yeah, do the people in the front seat, do they know that I am death staring everyone we pass?
Actually,
They're just super confused.
Murphy and Vi, I need you both to roll.
Perception?
I was gonna say Constitution because you're trying to drive. So
Yeah, I meant people.
I'm gonna
I
say.
meant I meant outside the car.
Okay, well.
I don't want to die in a road accident.
Okay. I mean, you did say just the general populace, which does include Peyton and Eli, but
I meant the onlookers.
I will
The judgy people
allow.
who dare look at me.
I will allow the specificity of people outside of the vehicle.
That is still a very wide range of people, to be fair.
Oh yeah.
There are more people outside of the car than inside the car.
I'm also sitting
Yeah.
there looking pretty intimidating, probably covered in blood because it's Barbie, with a nailed bat.
Yikes. Cool. So, you guys continue through the streets of Sharnwick. The people that you were seeing before have just gone. You really don't see any people now.
Peyton just kind of realizes that's probably because of Barbie and, like, turns back, glares briefly, and then keeps driving. Like, this is just easier to deal with than to, like, easier to leave alone than try and deal with.
Cool. And, yes, you continue your way through it and eventually, pull up at the little motel that you have hired some rooms out for the children that came with you for the baseball game. It's not a very high-end motel because you've got so many children and it's just easier to get cheaper places and just check that they're safe first rather than going all out and buying expensive places because it's like
Peyton can probably afford a more expensive place occasionally, but like it's just easier.
Yeah, like yeah. I mean, it's a
You
lot
don't
of
have to
money.
worry
It's a
about
lot of
them breaking
hassle.
a $10,000 vase or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like depending on the children that
It
you're
is
taking
going
with
to
you.
get broken, is the thing.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. So
If
you
you
know,
break a $5 like mattress from IKEA, then it's not.
it's not a big deal.
yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah. So and plus Sharnwick isn't a massive place. It is just the suburban kind of town. Like
Yeah.
everyone here is here just to live. There aren't big like hotels and things. It's not a place that people really come to visit. The only people that really come are for the baseball game, and they were booked out for other things or just didn't have enough rooms for all of the children that you needed to house and whatnot. So yeah, here we are at the motel. Basically, every hotel room that you need is yours. I'll let you decide how many you needed to purchase. Each one can house, depending on the age of the child, I'm going to allow like 4 per. I don't remember how many kids you brought with you.
Give me a second, I'll check that.
Yeah, so I'll allow up to 4 kids per room. So as many rooms as you need.
There are 5 children that I know are with me, and I believe that would be everyone that I brought with me.
Is that including Oleander and Heather?
That is including Oleander and Heather. So it would just be 1 room.
Well, it would be 2 rooms, but one of them would probably be empty right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so rooms 6 and 4 are the 2 rooms that you have bought out, which you couldn't manage to get 2 next to each other because other residents, but they're like
Close
a
enough.
room away, so yeah, it's fine. Cool. So room 6 would be the one that the children are in currently. Room 4 was for you and the
2
other
others.
kids that needed it. So everyone will be in room 6. You can't see anyone else really at the motel right now, probably because of the person intimidating everyone behind you.
Oh, I love it.
That
But
has
you
nothing
are-
to do with it. Thank you very much.
You are back at the hotel now, or the motel.
Cool. So Peyton's kind of like goes in, realizes there's sort of nobody really at the front desk. Just kind of goes, well, I know where I'm going anyways, and walks up to room 6 and cautiously knocks on the door.
Okay, before I say what happened, which kids are in room 6 currently?
Which kids are in room 6 currently? Give me one.
So you've got the kids from the baseball game. So you've got Solomon, you've got
V.
and Maggie.
I believe Maggie was the other one. Yes. Yeah.
While this is happening, can I just do something quick? Can I roll investigation to see if I can find one of like the carts that has the cute little soaps and stuff on it?
I think Dennis was with us as well.
Dennis was with you as well. Yes.
Yeah. So Dennis will be there in there as well.
Okay. Bobby, did you want to roll an investigation check then?
Yeah, 1 second. That's an 18, 21.
Cool. Yeah, it's fairly simple to find one. There's one just sitting outside of the maintenance room that looks like it was about to be taken to someone's room, but it's just been left there for some reason.
I'd like to search the cart for everything I can possibly find. I want all the soaps, all the towels, all the little towels. I am shoveling them in my pockets with incredible speed.
Okay, roll investigation to see how many you managed to find on the cart.
That's a 1, so that's 4.
4 total? Okay. So you managed to find 2 soaps. It's, it's for a single resident room, so they didn't have much prepared on the cart. But, you find 2 soaps.
I pretend to like Pink Panther it, being all dramatic, go over and steal the soaps and then like run back to the front desk.
Okay.
Like I'm just there doing the Mission Impossible thing, like dun 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 as I go around and steal soaps.
Okay, Eli and Peyton, you both see this happening as Peyton, you knock on the door and are greeted by a small little dwarf girl, and she just slightly opens the door and looks through the cracks and then goes, Uncle Peyton!
Maggie! How is everyone in there?
She's still keeping the door at like a crack, but she's like excited and she's just like, they're great! They're doing so well! Everything's great!
Are you sure, Maggie? Are you sure?
Absolutely. And then you just hear something smashed in the back.
Can I come in, please, Maggie?
V's getting changed, so just give us a second. And she just quickly closes the door.
Peyton like knocks again and says, "Come on, guys! I hope you haven't broken anything important."
And you just see the door handle move, and then the door slowly open, and you just see the rest of the children like trying to piece together a vase, trying to, like a puzzle, trying to put it back together, just like, what have we done?
Don't worry about that. Then like, Eli just kind of sticks his head around so I can see the vase, and is just like, I can fix that. Don't worry.
Eli, before you do,
Mhm.
Who broke the vase?
They all just point at each other, like everyone's pointing at a different person.
Okay. Well, considering that it's not just one person who broke the vase, as I can evidently see because you're all pointing at different people. And Peyton's like really playing this up as sort of like, well, you're all obviously. You all need to ask Eli very nicely to mend the vase for you.
They all just stand up straight and look at Eli and just go, could you please fix the vase for us? I'm so sorry.
Aww.
And Peyton sort of like waves at Eli, like, if you want to, go ahead.
Oh yeah, Eli's getting like right in there and just like, oh, don't worry. It's just, just a broken vase. I've done definitely worse. In 24 hours actually.
Like
Okay.
a
Yeah,
tour.
And then I put my hands on the vase and I use mending on it.
Cool. The
Peyton's sort of like, now what do you say?
just collectively, they'll go, thank you so much, and then just collectively sigh. Just...
Peyton like carefully picks the vase up from the floor and sort of like puts it on something. I don't know if it like Peyton doesn't know where it came from. Peyton hasn't been in this room recently. So just puts it on like a dresser or something.
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, cool. Maggie comes back up to you, Peyton, and is just like, so how's Oleander?
I haven't checked on Oleander just yet.
Okay.
I was wondering if any of you wanted to come with me.
Yeah, I'd love to come see Oleander. I'm sure the others would too, if that's okay.
Yeah. So Peyton kind of like claps their hands and is like, all right, attention everybody. And there's like not even that many people in the room, but Peyton's used to being loud.
Yeah.
All right, anybody who wants to come see Oleander, we're gonna go now. If you want to stay here for a bit, you can, but we'll be back. Don't break anything else.
They all kind of look around at each other and just kind of like shrug and just like, I guess we'll all go. I mean,
Okay. And then Peyton sort of like gives another cursory glance around the room, make sure that everything's vaguely in order before we leave.
okay, do you want to roll a perception or investigation check?
I'm gonna roll an investigation check because I'm better at that. 12 plus investigation 15.
As far as you can tell, everything seems to be in order. The vase seems to the vase seems to be same thing. Seems to be the only thing noticeably out of place, but it is fixed. I mean, you can still see some cracks in it, but it is fixed, and that seems to be the only thing.
Alright, after Peyton's, checked that everything's all good, they're going to, lead the way out of the room and to the car and sort of, make sure that everybody gets on, there's no fighting over seats and stuff like that.
Yeah, cool. All the kids follow you out of the room. They all hop into the car and take their seats. None of them really make a fuss because, they just got out of getting in trouble for breaking a vase, so they're, trying to be
They're, on their
good
best
behavior.
behavior.
Yeah. Trying to be nice and proper and listen to what you say and not get into more trouble. So,
As Maggie gets on, Peyton kind of, ruffles her hair, is like, "You're okay, kid."
Yeah, they all take their seats. Bobby's intimidation is definitely worn off at this point, and it's not going to have that continue. And I would assume that Eli and Bobby follow you into the car to go with you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very much welcome to.
Cool. You all hop back in the vehicle, and I head off to the hospital, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
As they're driving, do we pass the area where the circus was?
No, the circus isn't really inside of the town. You normally set up the circus just on the outskirts of the town because there's a lot more room there typically. So yeah, the hospital isn't on the outskirts of town because that's kind of inconvenient for people who might need help. So yeah.
Just wanted to check.
No, that's all good. Cool. So you managed to remember the way to the hospital because you've been there now, so you know which way you're going this time. Don't have
Thank
to
God.
worry about trying to figure your way around again. You do remember from last time, so you managed to drive your way there. People are starting to come back out now, and you notice the same amount of people that you saw as you were entering the town today, because they're not being intimidated by anyone now. So there are more people out on the streets, and still look scared, still less than what would typically be out, but more than just a second ago when there was no one. And yeah, so you continue away and arrive at the hospital, park the car, and head inside to the entrance area. The lobby is a word that is used for that.
The waiting area.
Yes.
Peyton kind of gestures for all the kids to find a seat in the waiting area while they go up to the front desk. Ask where all the Oleander is kept, double check because they've forgotten because a lot of shit has just happened.
Yeah, okay, so all the kids go and take their seats in the waiting room, and the receptionist person, struggling with words. The receptionist, period. She looks up from her computer and looks at you and just goes like, "Oh, hi, welcome. Is there something that I can help you with?"
Yeah, I was hoping I could get the room number for one Oleander Luck.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Let me just find out where he is. And they search through the system for a second and eventually just okay, cool. So just straight down that hallway, the last room on your right.
Thank you. And Peyton starts, just as everyone over, starts walking down the hall, leading the way down the hallway.
Cool. You walk down the hall and arrive at the room. You open it, and you see Oleander still laying there. They're still unconscious, laying on the hospital bed. Heather's asleep in the chair next to them. And there aren't any nurses or anything in the room currently. It's empty apart from the two kids. And yeah.
That's terrible practice, but okay.
Well, there's nothing they can do. They're just in a coma, so they're they take their rounds, they go and check in occasionally, but it's not like someone's there persistently.
Yeah. Peyton's going to sort of softly shake Heather awake.
Mm-hmm.
Because presumably I can do that.
Yes, Heather does wake up. She's not unconscious as well. She does oh, Uncle Pay, hi. Oleander's still unconscious.
Yeah, I know that, kiddo. Have you had anything to eat? In fact, has anyone had anything to eat in the last, 12 hours?
Yeah. I mean, the kids would have gotten some form of room servicey kind of meal. I'm sure they charged your credit card.
Probably. People, checks their bank account and, $200 worth of food is gone.
They just spoiled themselves. Heather's just like, yeah, I had some coins left and grabbed something from the machine out there.
Okay. Well, we just came to check on Oleander before we go and do other stuff. Probably going to be...
What happened with the person that you were chasing down?
Well, wild story. Wild enough to be similar to some other stuff that I've done. You remember, right? Kind of
yeah.
Insinuating, past experiences.
Yeah.
So we're gonna probably have to stay in town for a bit longer than expected. I'm going to call Sam and let Sam know that they're going to have to look after the other kids for a little bit longer. And you guys are gonna stay in the motel for a bit longer while I figure out what the hell is going on here.
Heather just looks at you and just goes, I really hope you can work something out soon. I mean, if anyone can, you can.
Aw, thanks, kiddo.
Would you like me to go back to the motel with the rest of the kids?
Probably a good idea for today, because it's going to get a bit boring in the hospital.
Yeah, I want to stay by their side, but nothing seems to be working, so I should probably get some rest.
Just know that they're safe here at the moment, they're getting looked after, and I'm working on it, okay?
Yeah, I trust you.
My heart clenches. I love these children and they're not even fucking real. At that, Peyton kind of, ruffles Oleander's hair.
And they wake up! No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god! Is that
It was the power of familial love all along.
The curious little family we found along the way.
True love's ruffle.
And, after that, Peyton, leads the rest of the kids out, and it's not really worth staying in the hospital for too long. Peyton lets the kids all, say hello and stuff like that, and do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
And then we head back to the motel to drop them off until we go on our expedition.
Dun, dun, dun. Cool. So, yes, all the kids hop back in the car, you travel back to the motel, they all head into their room, and Heather goes into the same room with them to kind of look after them as well. Even though Heather
may be the
not
same
even
age,
the oldest.
but she's probably the most mature of them.
Probably the most mature. I mean, Solomon's older by a year, but that's fine.
Solomon has little sibling energy.
Yeah.
Solomon is not. Solomon is a younger brother, so.
Cool. So, yes, you drop all the kids back off. What is the plan now that all the kids are back at the motel?
I'm going to trust that they don't break anything else for the rest of the day. And what do you guys reckon?
Well, Barbie has a bottle of tequila, so...
We are not getting...
It's Cuchilla, yes, thank you very much, sorry.
We are not getting day drunk.
What about a little bit?
No, we have...
a tiny little bit, 10
we need
shots.
to do things. 10 shots? No!
Okay, what about one?
You
One
can do one.
Okay.
I'm not
Takes
going to
off the
do
lid,
any.
looks Peyton dead in the eyes and chugs for a good 2 seconds before Peyton slaps it out of my...
Alright, I'm taking that. And then Peyton just
Mom, no!
tucks in.
Barbie, I'm gonna get you to roll a Constitution saving throw with advantage.
You better fucking succeed this.
Thea,
Yeah.
we're still in the hotel foyer, right? While we try and figure stuff out.
Yeah, you're just in the motel area-ish
Yeah.
now.
Are there any like pamphlet racks for like local businesses and information and things to do?
Yeah, there's one in the main reception area. If you want to go and look in there.
Yes, I would like to look for it to see if there's anything that could, I don't know, looks like someone who knows about magic or gods or like a library or something.
Ooh, a
So
library's
just
a
like
good idea.
yeah, because
Can
there's like we got
I?
a funky teleportation circle and a god that we don't know too much
Yeah.
about.
Can I roll to see if, in my mad dash the other day to get Oleander to the hospital, I might have, passed a library and made note of it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for. Actually, yeah, I will make you roll.
I would have been pretty harried and rushed. And
Yeah,
not
I'm gonna.
prepared,
Yeah,
so-
roll a history check
Also, did you say with disadvantage or not with disadvantage?
with advantage because
With advantage.
you
Okay, I got
you
a
didn't
16.
drink that much. So.
Oh, bro, that's 21, I think. Yes.
Wow, yeah, you did pass what seemed to be a library during your mad dash. There was
Yeah.
a large building of sorts that looked library-like. So you assume that that is probably a library.
Cool. Peyton kind of like calls out to Eli. I think I saw a library the other day when we were getting Oleander to the hospital, so I can take us there at some point too if you want to grab a couple flyers and we can figure that out along the way.
Okay.
Um,
Also, as I'm taking flyers and looking at them, I got a 15 for investigation. Do I
Yeah.
see anything like of particular worth to do with magical gods?
Not explicitly. The only things that really stand out are the insane graphics on the Peckmet Sport and Stuff flyer, and the just the same kind of thing, but also very different. Like they're very distinctly different, and both kind of stand out. And the other one's for Marv's General Store.
Okay.
Other than that, it's kind of just like the baseball field and the markets and stuff. But yeah, nothing really stands out in terms of magic or.
That's a good question. Is the
gods.
markets on?
I still grab a markets flyer. Like we love the markets.
Yeah, the markets aren't on today,
Oh,
but
I love
they.
what's happening.
Yes, markets aren't on today, but they will be open tomorrow if you guys decide to stay in town.
I mean, we probably are until we find this bastard.
Yeah, but those are the only ones that really stood out to you in terms of just overall graphics.
Okay.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Right then, I went. What was that? Cockney or something?
Right then.
Right then.
Right then.
Ship, it's you!
Oh my god. Peyton's turning into ship.
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 Peyton's turning into a ship. No more minivan.
I guess it's a land
Sails
boat
Peyton
now.
into battle.
Peyton becomes a ship.
So are we heading to the library then, and then we can from there figure out a more in-depth itinerary?
Yeah.
You good with that, Barbie?
Sorry, I just zoned out. What up?
Are we gonna head to the library, figure it out if we can figure out anything there, and then if we can, or regardless of whether we can or can't, we'll figure out a more in-depth itinerary
Yeah,
afterwards.
look for that.
All right.
Cool. You all hop back in your vehicle and make your way towards the library. There seems to be, people start to be heading out again. People haven't really seen anything happen in the last few days, and nothing happened yet this morning, so they're kind of leaving it a little bit, but people are starting to head back out into town now, and the population, is starting to come back out. Bless you.
Bless you.
And yeah, so you make your way down to the library. Not that far at all. The motel and the library are fairly close together. Not, right next to each other, but decently closed. And you pull up in the parking lot outside, and it is like a big library. For like it's Sharnwick is a suburban town. Like it is made for people who want to just retire and settle, or for growing up. So a lot of their time is spent reading and things. So they have a massive library to accommodate the people that choose to live here. So they need large collections so people don't, run out of books to read. So it is a big library. It's one floor, but it is huge.
It is a big floor library.
Yeah. So yeah, I assume.
Do they have like a counter with a library person?
Yeah, they do. As you
That's a reference desk.
As you walk up the front steps and head through the double doors of the library, all you see is books and bookshelves just everywhere. Like there are so many books here. And then off to the left of the entrance, you see a desk with a few different people behind it doing different things, like sorting returned books, recording the data of what books they had.
Can I just
The
call
library
out,
of the library.
Can someone help me find a book treasurer, please?
Yeah, behind the counter you see a small gnomish woman just go, "Oh yes, certainly. Come over here. I can help you. What are you looking for? Fantasy."
Do you know anything about like occult symbols? Because we've been seeing some weird stuff lately.
Yes, certainly. Sorry, I was.
Do you have like a restricted section kind of vibe or no?
To my knowledge, no. I mean, typically we don't have people coming in here for that kind of thing. Normally it's just people wanting some escapism and stuff, not typically for research, which is interesting. But yes.
I mean, like magic stuff, like them trying to get out of those cool jackets, like bam, escapism.
Restricted section, you said. I, as far as I'm aware, we don't have one, but we do have a magic-y section, which is a combination of both real and fictional magic.
How do you know it's fictional?
Well, we have labels on the books, and they are split into different sections within the magic sections. There's stuff for everybody.
But if some magic is real, what is there to say that the other magic isn't also real? Just because.
Okay, we're not going to get into philosophical discussions today.
Well, if you can prove to me that the magics in the fictional books exist, good for you. I don't care.
Wow.
I just run the library.
Do I smell a challenge?
Absolutely not. You do not. We are researching ways you can do this later.
I pick up your gauntlet and have stolen it, my friend.
I'm gonna go get someone who can help you with what you're looking for.
Thank you.
The gnomish woman kind of scurries off to find someone higher, and a dwarvish lady comes out and comes up.
Was that a height joke, Thea? That's so insensitive.
What?
You said the gnomish woman went to find someone higher, and I'm like, wow, that's just insensitive.
Oh no.
And a dwarvish woman, as I was saying, comes out with a battle axe and slices you in half. No.
Heck yeah!
No, a dwarvish lady does come out. She's older, but still quite spry for her age. She's got some small spectacles on her nose, long grey hair, walks up to you and just goes, so I heard you were looking for books about magic and sigils and runes and that kind of stuff, but the more real, researchy kind of knowledge?
Yeah, I'm not looking for like that Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, I'm looking for like, I'm about to summon a demon. That's the kind of vibe I'm at the moment.
Okay, well I understood half of what you said.
That's a fair point. I may have just had a bit of tequila. And
Tequila,
thank you.
I would like to say that the moment that Barbie started like going after these reference desk people, Eli split. Like, no, Barbie's just going to be talking. Like, she's going to challenge someone to a fight, and it's going to be a whole thing. I'm going to try and get some research done. and then I can come back and heal people afterwards.
Yeah, Peyton
I
kind of
want
like
to fight.
watched
It's a
Eli
duel.
go.
Thank you very much.
Peyton kind of watched Eli go and was like, "Yeah, that's a smart decision, but somebody has to stay."
Okay, well, Eli, where did you head off to then?
You said this is just like a one floor
Yeah.
library. Yeah. Does this library follow the Dewey Decimal System?
Ooh, important question.
And if so, what is the Dewey Decimal number for magic?
Yeah, that's a
42.
good question.
No, Sia, now you have to come up with your own, like, fantasy library organization system right now, right in this moment. Go.
Right this second, and it has
The
to
Mewey
pass
Decimal
my
System.
smell test because I
The
can
smell
library,
test.
library information services. So like,
I
The
just want
library
BS
is
in this library.
the library is split into different sections based on scent. The scent of the book, whether it has been scented or it has changed through aging, and that is how it's organized purely because you said you want it to pass a smell test. So that's on you.
oh my god, okay.
It's a fun adventure for regular readers.
I think that
It
the
helps-
magical occult section should smell like coals
Ozone.
and like sulfur. Like
And
that seems
ozone.
right.
The magical
Oh,
occult section actually smells like lavender, but whatever.
Oh, we love it.
Okay,
They've all
is
been
there,
like artificially scented just to make sure that everything's in the right place.
yeah, is there like a chart at the front of the library that's like these books smell like this? So here's how you
Yes,
find
there
them.
is a scent chart at the front, which you can. They have like the scratch stickers where it says the scratch and sniff, so you can really
I
pick
love
out what you're
that.
looking
You
for.
can bring the list of them with you and scratch it and sniff and be like, no, wrong one, and just keep walking.
Yeah, they have little pamphlet versions as well that you can take with you while you peruse the library.
Wait, are you saying that each book has a unique scent?
No, the sections
section.
have unique scents, not each
Okay.
book. Well, I mean, yes, each book, but the books aren't sorted based on scent.
They have a general scent that has like specific scents for each book.
Okay.
The books are
It's
still
a general
sorted
scent
by
category.
author's last name alphabetically. Like that's still that's
What
still
if it's what
I
the author
both
smelled
hate
like?
this and love this.
consistent. Good.
Okay, so I would like to look for a section that is on like transport and that kind of stuff because I reckon that will be where the magical teleportation circles are going to be mentioned, like which signals mean like which areas. Because you said that each kind of magic circle is unique in like the sign shows where it's going to lead to.
Yep.
So Eli's been on the road for a fair whack of time, so he knows that there's got to be information on travel and finding places, and one of these books has got to touch on the magic because even though he hasn't really seen them around, he's just like travels with the circus. They're not fancy enough to warrant a teleportation circle. He does know they exist and that they are a form of transport, so
Yes. Cool. Well, could you roll a how do I want to do this?
Investigation?
Yes, but I want it to be more scent based.
Uh,
what is the scent-based skill?
burnt
Inside?
rubber?
Nature?
Yeah. Well, okay. Burnt rubber isn't necessarily a natural scent. You know what? Yeah, just do a let's have some fun. Do a survival check.
Oh Jesus.
Okay.
While Vi's doing that, I wanted to double check. You keep mentioning like god lore books and stuff like that. Why would we need that again?
Because we found the statue of Pentame.
Right, yeah, and we wanted to figure out who she was necessarily.
Yeah, and how she was related to everything.
Okay, cool. I will go looking for all of that stuff then.
Okay, cool. Well, do you want to roll a nature check then to find
Not a
section?
survival check?
No, because this one has a natural smell of
Ah.
it's the depending on okay, so the magic and kind of
Either way,
old-
I rolled a 4.
Nice, okay. The magic and the kind of old lore history kind of sections are right next to each other, and some books have like multiple scents, and it's kind of, they sit in where the main scent is, and then they have a secondary subtle scent to kind of help distinguish them. So you are looking for a mix of lavender for magical based things and kind of like just old book smell. But with that roll, you're kind of struggling. All the scents are kind of mixing into one, and you managed to stumble into what could be the section you're looking for, but you're not certain.
Peyton has a roaring headache at this point. Like, what is going on?
It's like me when I have to go into Lush. Can't do it.
Cool. So while that's happening, Barbie, you're dealing with the receptionist, the poor woman.
Excuse me, she issued a challenge.
I highly doubt that. We go through a...
She said that if I could prove that...
I'm sure she didn't mean it literally. And either way. Well, regardless, what, you're looking for the magic... Okay, let me take you to the magic
like,
section.
on, like, I think, what is it called? Like, linking circles? Transportation
Teleportation circles.
Teleportation circles, thank you. Yeah, I'm just looking for some teleportation.
Teleportation circles? Absolutely, yes. I can show you where those are. And she leads you into the magic section, and shows you pulls out a book, which has a large lavender scent and then a subtle burnt rubber scent to it. It's a very odd smell, but it's how it works. Thanks to Vi.
Yeah, I wanted to say I got a 20 for my smell check.
Your
to
smell
find this
check.
book.
Cool. So as
If I ask for assistance, can I re-roll?
well, if you ask for assistance, you wouldn't have to roll. You just have to explain what you're looking for.
Okay. Sorry.
Barbie's the only logical one who went to the help desk.
You tried to fight one of them.
I did not try to fight them. I accepted her challenge.
Okay, so Eli, as you're watching Barbie get directed by one of the helpers, you try and sniff out the book that you're searching for, and you find a book that has a list of different transportation methods and details about them. And looking in the kind of contents page, you see a section for teleportation circles.
Hell yeah.
And flicking
There's
to that
probably,
section... Yeah?
There's probably like at least one index on like all of the transportation circles in Aevecia, right? There's got to be at least one.
Maybe.
That would make sense.
So, you flip to the teleportation circle section, and it doesn't really explain much. Like, it says what teleportations are, it explains how the spell works, and it explains like how it's been used towards history and how it's sort of modernized to an extent, but still isn't, a typical means of transport. It's still used mainly for transportation between cities by magic users for more higher end things. It's not, I want to go see my friends. Teleportation circle. It's still like it's not, public transportation. It's still quite private, self-done or self-used. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's not typically used magic, but it exists more commonly than it has previously. But that's about the extent of the knowledge in that book.
So there's nothing about like any of the symbols for different places?
No, it doesn't have any. It has like examples, but they're not actual ones. Like they're just like, this is how it would look.
Okay.
But it's not an actual circle that's registered to anywhere. Barbie, the book that the lady gives to you, however, does have more details and explains how to actually form the circle, how to what the circles kind of look like, and explains the extent of the magic needed to put in the spell and the resources needed, the amount of chalk typically, and also has the symbols for Sharnwick and Northwich in it.
Can we check and see? Because I've got the photo that I took on my flip phone. Can I compare it to the pictures in the book and see if I find anything that looks similar?
Yeah, as you look through the Sharnwick sigil, the teleportation circle for Sharnwick does match up with the one that you took a photo of.
Yay, we're in the same town.
But aren't you all glad for my flip phone?
Honestly, yes.
You immediately messed up the circle.
Yeah. I mean, we probably would have had to roll like at least a history check to try and get that memory.
Oh yeah.
But that wouldn't have been fun.
No.
Except I can also forge things. I can duplicate any handwriting or craft work.
It was unnecessary to take
So-
my moment like that. Bye.
Just saying.
I'm just saying, I don't have a lot of cool traits for my race things, but I
you
can
do
Mine's
have
copy
not
that.
even
shit.
a race thing. It's just having a flip phone.
Why's it gotta be a race thing?
Oh,
Because I can mimic and forge things, and that's about it.
Yeah, cool. So there's a book you find. Peyton, what are you looking for? You're calling for help for finding?
I mean, considering I rolled a grand total of 4 on trying to find any any god lore stuff, yes, I am calling for help.
Okay, you are currently standing in the fictional magic book section, which has stuff about magic and gods and things, just none of it's real. And
Peyton just like is like, my sense of smell is so bad, somebody help.
and a young man walks up to you. He's a small little halfling. Wanders up to you and just goes, "Hi. Heard you needed help. What are you looking for?"
Yes. Do you have any books on like the lore of the gods?
Well, I assume you mean the real gods, because otherwise you would be in the correct section.
Very much do mean the real gods.
I understand it's very easy to get lost in here. The smells are a lot, and it takes a long time to get used to them. But I'll show you to the section, and he takes you along past a few different bookshelves. You were kind of like on the complete opposite side of the library, and yeah, he takes you through and takes you into a section that smells just beautifully like old books.
Peyton just kind of like breathes in. It's like, oh, this is so much better than whatever the fuck I was smelling before.
Yeah, this is my favorite section. When no one needs help, I just kind of stand in here and take in the smell of the books. It's my favorite place to come and relax. Is there?
It smells like an actual library in here and not whatever the hell
Yeah,
is going on
it
there.
doesn't smell like some random perfume place that just has all the perfumes going at once. It actually smells like a library in this section. Is there a specific god that you're looking for information on? I know this section pretty well, so I'd hopefully be able to help.
Pentame, actually.
Ah, of course, you want information on the most complicated deity that there is.
Terribly sorry about that.
No, that's...
Know how difficult that can be sometimes.
Yeah, so the thing about Pentame, just look, and he points to an entire shelf-long section with different histories of the deity Pentame.
Cool. Right.
Yeah, Pentame is the most confusing of the deities because there is no grounded lore necessarily. No one can seem to agree on who Pentame was or what Pentame was. There are so many different versions, and I've been trying to work it out. I've been studying hard trying to work it out. I got the name Suzori. It's come up a few times. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm not certain.
So how do you spell it?
If you give me a couple seconds to look up how I decided to spell it.
Also, while I'm there, I would like to grab some books on Nira.
Certainly. So the spelling is Sozari.
Sozari.
Yeah,
Suzari.
that name came up in a few different versions. It's the only consistent thing that I've found so far.
Okay.
Hopefully that helps at all. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Would you mind pointing out a few of the books that have mentioned this Cesare, just so I know what I'm looking at?
Yeah, give me a second. I'll go find my notes. I've written down which ones have what in them, and yeah, I can help you.
Thank you so much. I didn't catch your name.
Oh, well, my name is Bob, but I like to go by Jeremy.
Cool. Jeremy?
Was that planned or just sure?
That was planned.
For real?
For
that
real.
Particular oh my god.
That particular character, birth name is Bob, but prefers Jeremy.
You know what? Jeremy is valid.
We respect Jeremy. This is a Jeremy Stan account.
So yes, he scurries off into the staff room to go find his notebooks for you.
Cool.
Are you doing anything while he's gone, or are you just gonna wait for him?
Kind of flipping through some of the books on Nira. I assume there probably aren't all that many.
No. Actually, roll an investigation check to try and find books about Nira.
Investigation. Hell yeah, that's 21.
21. Okay, so you find a couple different books about Nira. You find one which is it's like a collection of sightings in quotes, sightings of Nira. You see one which is about the history of Nira and one about the practice of worshipping Nira.
Cool. I'm gonna grab the one on the practice of worshipping Nira and the history of Nira.
Okay.
Not really gonna care about all the sightings because whatever.
How do you know they're real? Cool. While this is happening, Eli and Barbie, what are you two up to?
I don't know. Can I ask if I can perhaps borrow the book?
Yeah, I mean, this is a library, so, I mean...
Yeah, my first thought was steal, and I'm like, no, this lady was nice. I will borrow.
Yeah, she's just like, you're welcome to borrow that book out. We have a return policy of 1 week. If it's not back within a week, we will hunt you down and take our money and book back.
Oh, I was going to say kill me. That's not quite as bad as I was expecting.
Oh, well, if you fight, well, our books are very precious to us. But...
I mean, honestly, I really respect that. Like, you are now my favorite person.
Oh, well, thank you. But yes, you are welcome to take that with you. Just bring it back within a week, and you'll be able to keep your hands.
Oh my god, that was a threat.
Oh, dude,
I want to
respect this
be
woman so hard.
I want to be one of the library rangers that gets to hunt down
Library
Lake.
Okay,
Yeah.
Barbie's new career goal.
Library Ranger. Yes.
Like a tax collector, but so much better.
And then some of them are rogues for those people who really can get away.
Yeah.
Library rogue. And they
Yeah,
stay in the library and they take the hands of anybody who's like stealing books
I
instead of
think
borrowing
Barbie
them.
was honestly born to be a rogue.
the barbarian monk. The barbarian monk was born to be a rogue.
Yeah, she didn't realize her calling.
Well,
Triple
that's
classes.
the next thing you gotta multi-class in. Didn't you
Yeah,
say
I'm
you
gonna
wanted
have
to
one of
multi-class
every
in
class by
everything
the
though?
end. Yeah, literally. I'm going to be all powerful.
Yes, you are borrowing that book. Eli, what are you up to?
Okay, so given like Eli doesn't spend a lot of time in libraries, like he likes them because they're like free, there's something to do in town, you know, you can learn stuff, but he's not the best reader, he's not familiar with them, so he's probably just like, well, couldn't find what I was looking for in one book that seemed to be perfect, so I'm just gonna give up on that. So
Valid.
Rip.
yeah, I think he's just gonna hang out near the entrance and try and like wait to see what the others found.
Cool. You head on out and sit at the entrance. Barbie, now that you have the book, are you wanting to do anything else?
I'm gonna go and try and find Eli, because I'm trying to be a good companion and not leave again.
Okay, as you take your book and go to check it out at the front desk, you see Eli just wandering out and see him go and sit at the front to wait.
Yeah.
And you check out your book on teleportation circles and head out with him.
Can I give, like, not even with intimidation, can I just, with that lady that challenged me, just do like the pointing my fingers at my eyes, pointing at her, and then wink and walk away?
The power move of doing that and then winking.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
she
Do you
has.
not remember all of the characters I've ever had? They have seduced everything in their path.
It's true. She has a very confused look on her face like that. She has no idea what to feel
Are
in
you
response to
threatening me
that.
or are you flirting with me?
Yeah, she is just very
Why
confused.
not both?
Well, yeah, why not both?
Why not both?
Cool. Peyton, you are flicking through those books of Nira. You find the two books that you would like on Nira, and then from off slightly in the distance, you just hear something get knocked over, and then Jeremy open the door and run out with a couple notebooks towards
Are
you.
you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Sorry, I tried not to take too long, and I ended up just knocking over a shelf. It's fine. I'll clean it
A
up
whole
later.
shelf?
I'll clean it up later. It's fine. I work.
You want
it's
help
fine.
cleaning it up?
No, it's all good. It was a small shelf. It's fine.
Okay.
Cool. So I have some notebooks here on the different books of Pentame, and okay. So there are many books, and most of them are all different tellings of history from different people about Pentame, whether it's about the island or about the being themselves. But these three have the name Cesare in them. So there is he pulls out three different books and hands them to you as best as he can with the notebooks in his hands, and just goes, okay, so this one is a story about how Pentame was named after this person named Cesare, who was just a good magic user. And
Wait, sorry. Pentame was named after Cesare?
Yeah, so the Pentame means like the fifth mother or something like that. I'm not certain. I forgot. And so Cesare was this powerful mage woman, and she named herself, or the island was named after her and was called Pentame because there's 5 islands in Aevecia, so 5 regions in Aevecia, and since it was the 5th one, it was anyway. That's that one. The other book, it's talking about how Pentame was one of the other gods, but she was outcast by people. I mean, the other book also kind of mentioned something about being an outcast. I'm not sure. I haven't had much time to study these ones because it is so confusing. There are so many books, but I'm doing my best. I'm sorry. And then the last one is just completely different and states that Pentame used to be a different god and then decided to just change everything that they were about, which I didn't think a god could do, but that's what that one's about, which is a very strange read, but it's interesting nonetheless. And it also has the name Cesare in it, so consistency?
Consistency who? We don't know. Thank you so much, Jeremy. These are going to be incredibly helpful.
You're completely welcome. If you do manage to work out any of this lore, I would be so grateful if you could share it with me, because I am so lost in this, and I am trying to figure stuff out, but it is confusing. So if you have more luck,
for sure.
Here, he pulls out a page of his notebook and writes down. It's not necessarily like a phone number, but it's like the equivalent. It's like a magic phone number thing. It's a way to contact him through your magic means, your communication devices.
Yeah.
He just goes, here, if you manage to work anything out and aren't able to come back in to share it with me, then please feel free to contact me. And if I think of anything too, I will contact you in some way. just contact me on that first and I can contact you back. That's how it works.
Will do. And Peyton kind of like tucks the paper into the front pocket of their overalls.
I love your outfit, by the way. Just I got distracted, but love your outfit. Cool.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go pick up that shelf that I knocked over. I mean,
Are you
that
sure you don't want
someone.
help with that?
It's fine, really. It's all good. It's no problem.
Okay.
It's fine. But I am gonna do that before someone else notices. So yeah. Good luck, and hopefully see you again.
Yeah, no problem.
And he rushes off to the staff room to clean up the mess that he
Peyton
made.
is way more competent with talking to people than I am. Oh, jeez.
Cool. So you have your books now, and
I sure do.
is there anything else you wanted to do in the library, or have you got what you came for?
I've got my 2 Nero books. I've got now 3 Pentame books, all of which are wildly different.
Yep.
Huh. No, that's all I can think of.
Cool. All right. Well, you head back up to the front counter, and one of the ladies there helps you check out all the books. And it's just like,
Before I do anything, I'm like, I know your policy is a week, but there's a chance I'm probably gonna need these for longer. Is there any way I can like preemptively check them out for longer?
yeah. It's a difficult policy when it comes to that because we do have a lot of books here, so it's not common that someone wants to rent out the book that someone else has, and it's
Yeah.
so
I mean, I really just want it for a week extra. I'm not even sure I'm going to need it for that long. It's just a precautionary thing.
Yeah, that should be fine. If you could just leave some contact details for you
sure.
so that we can contact you if someone else is trying to take the book, so that we can contact you and just let you know if you need to bring it back or if there's something we can work out so that you can keep it longer.
Peyton like writes down their contact details.
Cool. And she just says, cool, well, everything should be good, but I will contact you if anything changes. I will write down that you've got it for 2 weeks. If you need to make any adjustments, come find us, contact us somewhere, and yeah, we'll talk about it then. But yeah, enjoy your books.
Ta. Peyton then, goes outside.
Yeah, cool. You walk outside and meet up with the other 2 who are just chilling out the front waiting.
I love the fact that, like, Eli has no books, Barbie has 1 book, and Peyton has 5 books.
1 books.
Yes, I said that on purpose.
I will take a single books, please.
I said that on purpose.
I know.